Welcome back, Duelists. It's the weekend, and that means it's time for the brand new XYZ-Dragon Cannon Speed Duel deck profile that I mentioned earlier this week while doing the updated version for Spell Armor. First thing we're going to need to get this profile started is the brand new seto kaiba skill, and that is the Union Combination. You'll get this every time that you buy the Battle City setup. Just like you'll get one of every card in there. Now, quick look through my deck. I know you guys are reading it, doesn't matter. Every card in there is from the new set. Just had to make sure that real quick. I probably could have done that beforehand. But let's get into what's what now. So you're going to need 3 copies of the X-Head Cannon. You're going to need 3 copies of the Y-Dragon Head. And you're going to need 3 copies of your Z-Metal Tank. Now, since it's a 20-card deck, we're going to cut it at 9 monsters. We're going to go straight over to our spells. Again, everything playing a little more GOAT-esque. We're going to be utilizing 3 copies of Book of Moon, one of the best quick play spells in a enclosed card format. We're also going to be using 2 copies of Frontline Base to get some extra summoning power. And of course, 2 copies of Union Hanger for some consistency and better plays, really. And then we've got 4 copies of trap cards in our deck today. Today we're going to be using 2 copies of Rare Metalmorph, and I'm going to explain why this is a game winner here in a bit. And 2 copies of Rollout, because I kind of liked the Autobots, and Optimus Prime is definitely always screaming Rollout. So it's sort of the Avengers Assemble for this deck. Now Vabra, Rylan, Drumstick, and everybody else who likes to make fun of me for my extra deck, every card this time is playable. All 5. Okay, so 1 XY, 1 XYZ, 2 XZ, and it's just he's the best stat-wise, and I feel like going after face-down spell traps to be a bit more of a priority, and 1 YZ. So that's it. If you were here just for the deck list, you guys are free to go. You guys have a great day. Go watch another video. We got you out of here in under 3 minutes. Maybe tell your friends about the channel. Maybe throw a subscribe if this helped you. And I'll see you the next time you're around. Now, if you're here for the actual deck theory behind it, let's start with our skill card. So Union Combination is a skill that is brand new. We activate this during the main phase, and then once per turn, we can fusion summon a light machine fusion monster from the extra deck using monsters from the graveyard or field as fusion material. Now, when we do this, for the remainder of the turn, the opponent will take 0 points of damage. This is really a great way to get our largest boss card, the XYZ-Dragon Cannon. And it's a great way to get it from the discard pile and not play it from the traditional have to have it on the field method. It's not terrible. It's not the best skill, but it's definitely going to give you more plays into more of your fusions. So we're going to set Seto. You know what? Let's set Seto on Seto. So X-Head Cannon, he's good. He's 1,800 points. He's a nice 4-star vanilla. Vanilla is probably the only drawback here. He's the only non-union in the deck. And even when it came to the ABC characters, I want to say that all 3 of them were union effects. So X and V are the only alphabet soup machines that just kind of lose out on some of this ability. Then you got Y-Dragon Head, and of course our effects are that once per turn you can target either 1 X-Head or 1 X-Head that you control, equip this card to the target, or unequip this and special summon it as a monster. A monster equipped with this will gain 400 attack and defense, and if the equipped monster would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you destroy the equipped monster instead. Now, just real quick, XY is worth 2,200 points. So it is as a monster that can be split apart. So just kind of keep that in mind. You don't have to lock yourself into an effect that you maybe don't want in order to retain the power bonus. You'll actually start there. And Z Metal Tank has the ability to target either the other two, X or Y, equip or unequip itself. This one will give off a 600 point. And then, of course, again, if the equipped monster would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you may destroy this card instead. Or actually, it's not you may, it's kind of mandatory. But again, if we take a look at the 6, that'll make that 24, which it is. And 6 here will bring it up to 21. So all the stats are as they should be. The only time I think that that gets weird and maybe doesn't work is 6. Yeah, 6 and 4 is 1,000. And actually, no, that works. XYZ-Dragon Cannon, the combination of all of them, would be 2,800. So you never actually have to worry about locking yourself into a mode you don't want to go into. Again, Book of Moon is able to break so many plays open at the beginning or mid-play. You can destroy Thousand Eyes Restrict and Relinquished by setting them. You can stop a Lord of D Dragon Caller from occurring by booking it as soon as it goes. You can make your own traps go live by targeting a Jinzo. There are so many instances where Book of Moon is going to do great things for you that it's a shame to run it at anything other than 3, so long as they do not impose a ban list in the speed duel arena. And as long as they're not limiting this card, play this card. Like, I don't know a better way to say it. Book of Moon is just, it's an OG GOAT. It's what it is. Again, frontline base, as we come across cards later on that will be better. This is a card that can definitely come out during game 2 and 3 for side deck. At which point you probably do some things like, I don't know, Cosmic Cyclones are pretty darn good. The Lost Wind Trap card is excellent. There's plenty of options, and really it should be up to you, which is why I'm not going to go too into it, but definitely do what you're feeling. But the frontline base will allow us an extra special summon. So again, it could allow us to drop more of our hand and play more characters and just overrun the opponent. The Union Hanger is a field spell. When this card is activated, you can add 1 light machine union monster from the deck to the hand. Once per turn, if a light union machine is normal or special summoned to my side of the field, I may target a monster with a different name, or target one of the summoned ones, Then equip an appropriate light machine union with a different name from the deck to the monster directly. The union monster I equipped may not be special summoned during the turn. This is actually going to be considered like it equipping itself. And this actually lends to some crazy plays. And again, as long as you control the cards on your side of the field, you can still take them and fuse them. So if you already had X on the field and you split Y off, you could attach Z to it from the deck and go straight into your XYZ right off that. So again, Union Hanger, and again, you might argue that this could be at 3, and I'm going to argue that field spells generally don't want to be played that high in a 20-card deck, because mid-game to late game, it will clog your hand and just rob you of cards that you could have had, like, I don't know, Book of Moon. So there's that. Now let's talk about the Rare Metal Morph. I said that this is going to help you win games for a reason. And again, one of those reasons, one of the biggest reasons, is diffusion. As fusion monsters are going to see a rise in play as we keep progressing through speed duels, getting targeted with diffusion and diffusion just being in a side deck is going to be more and more viable against a lot of decks, especially even if you don't really play or intend to play against them. Fusion decks, I mean. You may break your opponent's Waking the Dragons, at which point a fusion monster may still go live. In this case, we want to use the Rare Metal Morph because not only will we gain a 500 point bonus to a machine, the best part is we can also negate the first spell effect that targets the monster equipped. So I make my XYZ Dragon Cannon, you fire off Diffusion, I respond with Rare Metal Morph, I go up to 3,300 and negate your thing. We're good. So I run this in two. It's not super necessary. It's good to give any of your machines a little more resilience. But it's really here to protect your fusions more often than not. And you might argue, well, you could have just played Roku Field for that. Yes, I could have. You're right. But Roku Field doesn't give me a power bonus. And right now I wanted a power bonus rather than just saying I'm blocking that effect. Last card in the main deck, the Rollout Trap. The reason I think that this is so special is you target a Union monster that's already in your graveyard. Equip that target to an appropriate monster that you control for the Union monster's effect. Look, sometimes it's going to happen. You're going to see that your monster gets broken before you get too far in. Happens to us. Remember, the point of a Union monster is to shatter before the monster that it is equipped to. If we have a way of getting the Union monster back and placing it back on, or placing another one on, we should take it. And I went with the Rollout over the Formation Union for those times where we're actually just trying to get something back out of the graveyard rather than needing to have it in our hand or already on the field. So Rollout was the choice for me. And again, this might be something that you tech out when you go to side deck for games 2 and 3. And I'm okay with that. Like, it's a good soft choice and makes your life easier. So let's talk about our fusion monsters real quick. They all share a couple of effects. You don't use polymerization to make any of them. You banish the materials from the field while you control them as cards. They are obviously combinations of all the letters that are in their names. So if it's YZ, you need Y and Z. If it's XYZ, you need all three. If it's XY, you need X and Y. None of these can be special summoned back from the graveyard. There's that. And they all have a discard to destroy effect. So real quick, XY destroys a face-up spell trap. XYZ destroys one card the opponent controls. XZ destroys one face-down spell trap. And YZ will try to destroy one face-down monster. So this is it. This is the deck profile. I'd like to thank you guys for taking the 13 minutes to watch this video all the way through. You're fantastic. I hope that you guys get to enjoy this. And I gotta say, it was great finally being able to play the character on my mat. It was also good because I've been wanting to see these guys in Speed Duel since I heard Speed Duel was going to be a thing. I didn't think we were going to have to wait till like the 5th expansion. I mean, if you can consider the Battle City to be an expansion, you really are buying an entire set at a time. So either way, I'm glad that they're finally in the game. I like that they chose the different art for the XYZ-Dragon cannon instead of the original tin art. But this was a great deck, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it. And I got to get busy and make some more decks. So I'll see you guys next time.